is exhausted because she took on an extra job just to send him more money. The next day at school, he hears Zin and his gang laughing about what they did to him and showing his picture to other students. Hyung-suk in the handsome body stands there listening, his eyes full of rage. One of the bullies insults his mother, saying, "A guy like that was probably abandoned by his mother in the street." Hyung-suk loses it. He shouts, "Are you men for insulting a weak kid who can't defend himself?" Zin gets angry and says, "I haven't liked you for a long time," and prepares to attack. One student tries to stop him, but Zin brushes him off and tells Hyung-suk, "Get ready, I won't show mercy." Hyung-suk is nervous because he's never fought in this body before and is afraid of losing his reputation. Zin attacks fast, but Hyung-suk notices that Zin's hands look like they are moving in slow motion. Time seems to stop for him, and he dodges easily. This is a result of all the beatings he took in the past. He can now predict any strike regardless of speed. The students are shocked. Zin gets even angrier and attacks from every direction, but Hyung-suk just dodges. Then, remembering his mother's suffering and all the humiliation Zin caused his other body, he decides to strike back. He blocks Zin's punch and gives him a look that says, "I won't show mercy now." He gathers all his strength and lands one punch that sends Zin to the floor, unable to move. Because of this, all the school gangs find out about Hyung-suk. They wonder how a new student could take down a boxer like Zin with one hit. Later, while working at the store, a boy enters, looking terrified, steals something and runs. Hyung-suk chases him but finds the boy being bullied by the same group from before. It turns out they were forcing the boy to steal for them. When the gang sees Hyung-suk, they try to force him and the boy to fight each other while they film. Suddenly, someone calls out to them. The bullies are terrified. It's Vasco, the strongest student in the school. He's a good person who always helps the needy and hates those who pick on the weak. He grabs one of the bullies and starts torturing him, squeezing him, telling them if he catches them again, he won't show mercy. The gang runs away. Vasco then asks about the new transfer student who knocked out Zin. He tells them, if Vasco sees you, he won't show mercy. Hyung-suk doesn't understand why Vasco hates him, but he says okay. The next day, Zin's friends try to befriend Hyung-suk because they are now afraid of him. While they are talking, Vasco enters, looking at Hyung-suk with anger, thinking he's just another pretty boy trying to take over the class. Hyung-suk is happy to see him because Vasco saved him yesterday and goes to shake his hand. Vasco grabs his shoulder and uses his signature move to pin him down. Everyone is scared for Hyung-suk because no one survives Vasco's grip. But Hyung-suk surprises them. He gathers his strength and breaks the grip. The students are stunned. Hyung-suk says, "I thought you were the Vasco who helps people, but I guess I was wrong." He was about to attack, but Vasco's friend intervenes and apologizes, saying it was a misunderstanding. They leave, and it turns out Hyung-suk's grip was so strong it actually injured Vasco's hand. Zin's friends are happy and invite Hyung-suk to dinner. Zin seems to have changed his mind and realized he was on the wrong path. While eating, one of them shows a picture of Hyung-suk's original body being beaten and they start mocking him. Hyung-suk gets angry, grabs the phone and breaks it. He then faints because it was his first time drinking. He wakes up in his original body, worried he can't switch back. He eventually realizes he can and goes back to the handsome body. Zin asks why he came there, thinking he was there for a fight. Hyung-suk says, "No, Hyung-suk is my roommate and he called me to pick him up." They are shocked, but assume the original Hyung-suk is just his servant. Before leaving, Zin shows Hyung-suk a punching machine and teaches him some boxing moves to help him defend himself. Zin hits the machine and gets a high score of 892. Hyung-suk is impressed and tries it himself using the steps Zin taught him. He misses the machine entirely, hitting the air, and walks away. The next day, he sees the boy who stole from his store, Jae-ho. Hyung-suk treats him with respect and they eat together. Jae-ho is confused why someone so handsome is being nice to him, assuming he wants to exploit him. Later, Hyung-suk is surprised to find his mother at his place with food. He almost calls her mom in the handsome body but corrects himself. His mother asks who he is, and he says he is Hyung-suk's roommate to save money. He tells her that her son is working a night job until midnight, which is why he's tired and sleeping. His mother is happy her son is taking responsibility, but feels guilty she couldn't provide everything for him. They go to a restaurant. The mother tells the handsome Hyung-suk, "My son was bullied. I brought him here for a new life. I work multiple jobs to provide for him. I just want one thing, please protect him. He has suffered a lot." Hyung-suk is deeply moved and promises to be his shield. Meanwhile, Vasco is sitting nearby, overhearing this. He thinks the handsome guy is exploiting the poor boy and his mother. Later, the mother starts collecting used cardboard to sell, her new job. She offers some money to handsome Hyung-suk as payment for looking after her son. He refuses at first, but she insists. Vasco sees this and is furious, vowing to get the money back from him. Vasco challenges Hyung-suk to a fight in a secluded place. Hyung-suk doesn't want to fight, but Vasco demands the money he took from the old lady. Hyung-suk thinks Vasco is just another bully trying to steal his money and refuses. Vasco attacks and Hyung-suk dodges. Vasco realizes the boy is a professional. He lands a quick strike that grazes Hyung-suk. Hyung-suk gets angry, remembers Zin's boxing lessons, and throws a punch so fast it looks like the end for Vasco. But Vasco dodges, and Hyung-suk falls to the ground, exhausted. Vasco's friend arrives, sees them both on the ground, and helps Vasco. Later, a beautiful girl enters the store where Hyung-suk works. She watches him train and buys him a banana milk to help him. She treats him kindly, unlike others. The next day, Vasco's friends are upset because Vasco has been missing from school since the fight. They decide to jump Hyung-suk to get revenge. Meanwhile, Hyung-suk sees someone being bullied at school just like he used to be. He decides to stand up for the boy, Duke. He stands in front of the bullies, but a teacher arrives, and they disperse. Hyung-suk goes to the cafeteria with Jae-ho and Duke. Duke is upset and says, "We aren't the same. I get beaten every day and wish I could die. You're strong and everyone wants to be your friend." Hyung-suk is affected by this and leaves. Meanwhile, Vasco's friends are waiting for him after school. Hyung-suk's mother calls him, wanting to celebrate his birthday, but he makes an excuse about studying. Duke overhears the call and brings Hyung-suk a bag labeled "Happy Birthday," filled with expensive branded clothes. Hyung-suk is shocked. It turns out Duke beat up Vasco's friends on his own. He's not as weak as he looks. The next day, students try to mock Hyung-suk's clothes, but are silenced when they see he is wearing expensive brands. Duke goes to an audition for a talent show, but a bully there mocks him. The judge doesn't even listen to Duke because of his appearance. Duke is heartbroken. He sees a poster for a singing festival, a team competition. He wants to join but has no confidence. He goes to his grandmother's restaurant and finds the bullies there. They act respectful in front of her, but once they leave, they throw away the food she gave them and insult her. Duke hears them and is devastated. The bullies even write insults about his grandmother's restaurant at school. Hyung-suk sees Duke being humiliated in the cafeteria and remembers his own past. He goes to help, but Vasco's friend and the guy who beat Vasco's friends stand with him. The bullies are outnumbered. Vasco arrives and scares them off just by being there. The bullies plan to jump Duke after school. They beat him and tear up his notebook where he writes his lyrics. Hyung-suk, who is cleaning the school as punishment, starts singing a song he wrote in his original body. His voice is incredible. Duke, who is nearby after being beaten, hears the voice and is stunned. He finds Hyung-suk and tells him, "Your voice is amazing. You could win any competition. Let's form a team for the festival." Hyung-suk is shy but agrees. They train for days. Hyung-suk trains in his original body too, and the beautiful girl from the store encourages him again with more banana milk. On the day of the festival, Hyung-suk is nervous. He sees the girl from the store. She is leaving because she says everyone there only cares about appearances. A guy tries to stop her, but Hyung-suk intervenes. The guy hits Hyung-suk, knocking him down. Vasco arrives and warns the guy to leave him alone. The guy hits Vasco, drawing blood, but Vasco doesn't flinch. The guy leaves. Vasco apologizes to Hyung-suk for misunderstanding him. They go to the festival. The bullies perform first and the crowd loves them. They mock Duke, but Hyung-suk tells them, "Let's see who wins." Hyung-suk and Duke go on stage. The crowd cheers for Hyung-suk's looks. He starts singing but is too nervous and forgets the words. Duke steps in and starts rapping. His voice is powerful. Hyung-suk gets inspired, remembers his journey, and joins in. They win the competition. The judge who rejected Duke before comes to them. He admits he was wrong about Duke. He offers Hyung-suk a contract with his company but ignores Duke, calling him just a tool for Hyung-suk's success. Hyung-suk gets angry, refuses the contract, and says, "If you don't want Duke, you don't get me." The song goes viral. When the beautiful girl from the store hears the song, she is shocked. She recognizes the song because she heard the original Hyung-suk singing it at the store. We find out she is just like him. She lives with two bodies. And that's where the story ends.